Good morning, students. Today we are starting with our second unit. It is having array, function and strings. This unit is divided into three different parts. So first we will be covering what do you mean by array. Then in the next section, function and string. All of you know that what do you mean by array. So array is nothing but a special type of variable which can hold more than one value of a variable at the same time. So, in the memory, whenever an array is created, the continuous memory locations will be allocated. So, all the single variable will be responsible for storing multiple values. Array is an object which represents a collection of similar type of elements. So, in JavaScript, there are actually three ways using which we can construct an array. So, first is by array literal. Second is by creating an instance of array constructor directly, and thirdly we are directly using an array constructor with respect to new keyword. So first of all, we will be creating a JavaScript array using literal. So the syntax is similar to the array initialization that you have done already in earlier languages. So here also var keyword, which is responsible for declaring a variable name. So var followed by array name equal to, in the square brackets you will be including multiple values separated by comma. So like an initialization of normal arrays that you are actually doing, here also you are using the same aspect. Only the difference is, in case of an array initialization for earlier languages, you are using curly brackets. But instead of those curly brackets, now you are replacing it with a square brackets. So kindly consider an example. In a script tag, we are creating one array having name as emp. So where emp equal to, in the square brackets, we have passed the names of employees. And now with respect to for loop, we are able to display the array. So for I equals to 0, I less than emp dot length. So up to the length of array, it will be taking a count. You are knowing meaning of length function. I plus plus. With respect to document.write, we are able to display the array contents. So document.write emp of I, and we are using br, that is a blank row, for every value declaration. So output will be name of the employees that will be displayed one below another. Next will be JavaScript array directly with respect to new keyword. So here the syntax will be variable array name is equals to new keyword, and array is a constructor that we are usually using in case of an JavaScript whenever we want to create an array. So now we are created as an example where emp equals to new array. Now with respect to each and every index reference position, we are creating the array. So here also array index always starts with a 0. So emp of 0. So for each and every index position, we are specifying the values, or we are assigning the values. So emp of 0 equals to some name, emp of 1 equals to some name, emp of 2 equals to some name, and so on. Now similarly with respect to for loop, we are again displaying this same array. So for emp of I, every time I will be changing its location. So from 0, 1 and 2, all the three values will be displayed. So as a result, you are able to see what is actually the output for this particular part. In the third part, again we are using a new keyword, but here at the time of creating the constructor itself, we are assigning the values. So here initialization and object creation, both the parts will be done at the same instance. So here the syntax or the example will be, first of all, variable emp name is equals to new array, and instead of putting empty brackets, inside double quotes you are able to assign the number of values or elements that you wish to add for the array. So now similarly with respect to for loop, again we are able to display the values. So here also names of employees will be displayed one below another on a next line. So every element or every name will be displayed on a next line. So these are the three different aspects using which we are able to create array in case of an JavaScript. So first is directly with respect to array literal. So here you are able to initialize the array. In the second aspect, you are just creating an array with respect to new array constructor, but the values will be assigned for each and every index position. And in the third part, you are directly initializing the array with a new keyword and array instance. Along with that, you are passing the values as an argument while array creation. Now let us discuss. There are different methods or operations that we are able to perform with respect to JavaScript. And here there are different functions provided for performing each and every operation. So first of all, the very first function is in sort. So sort is a function or a method which will be usually responsible for sorting the elements which are present into the array irrespective of their index position. So there are actually three different steps that you can perform. So first part is you should declare the array. Then you should assign the values or the elements to the array. And in the third part you are actually sorting the method or call the sort method. So syntax will be simple sort followed by empty brackets. By default it will be sorting the ascending order elements sorting. But if you wish to sort the elements into the descending order, then here as shown by me in the example, you may use I just want to highlight actually. So here you may use the reverse method. So array.sort, it will sort all the elements in ascending order, and along with that whatever elements are sorted, you are just using it with a reverse method. So array.sort reverse, it will reverse the elements, and as a result the output that you are getting will be 85421. So here with respect to script and /script tag, we are just initializing array using array literal part. Then we are using a result. Then you are using array.sort method in which the sorted elements in ascending order are stored in the result variable. But ascending order elements are again used call with a reverse function. So 85421, that is descending order elements are sorted. So simply you have to use your array name and the sort function. Automatically the elements will get sorted. Now the next method is most important, that is nothing but a slice. So as the name indicates, slice is nothing but we are distributing the things. So here also we are distributing our array into two different parts. So that particular parts or partition of array can be done easily with respect to slice method. Now there are two different arguments for the slice method. So what first argument specifies, it tells actually that the from where actually you should start the copying. So elements should start the copying. So start or first element indicates from where actually the element copying will be start, and the end specifies or second element specifies actually where to end. But here kindly take a note that whatever end value that you are specifying, the copying will stop up to end -1. So syntax will be slice start comma end. Consider one example so that you can get a clear cut idea. In a script array, I have created one array where fruits equals to banana, orange, lemon, apple and mango. So these are the 5 elements which are present into the fruits array. Now I have created one citrus array. So where citrus equals to fruits, which is our prior created array name, dot slice 1, 3. Now try to understand meaning of 1 as well as meaning of 3. So 1 means from fruits array, from first index position, we should start retrieving of the elements. So at the first index position, orange is the value which is present, and 3 is the end value, but up to end -1 I have already mentioned. So 3 minus 1 will be 2. So from the fruits array, from first and second index position, only 2 elements will be received. So citrus will contain orange and lemon. If you display or if you print the citrus array with a for loop, document.write citrus of I, then output will be orange and lemon. So only citrus fruit or citrus elements we are slicing. So likewise fruits array can be divided into two different parts. That is, we can make a slice of it with a slice function. Now the next method is concat and join. From the theory point of view, always they may ask you what is difference between concat and join. Typically meaning of concat and join is similar. As the name indicate, concat or join is responsible for joining the contents or combining the arrays. So array elements can be combined here with respect to two ways. First is using concat method and second is using join method. Now both the methods are responsible for concatenating or copying the values of array elements. But here in case of an concat method, the by default array separator for the values will be comma. In case of an join method, if you are not mentioning any separator, then by default it is comma, but other than comma you may specify a different separator. So only separator between the elements or between the array values will be the differentiating part between concat and join method. Otherwise the rest of the part will be same. So if you see syntax for concat, only concat and empty brackets you are specifying. In case of an join, separator is the part that you have to specify. Separator is optional. If you are not mentioning separator, then here also it will be taking comma. But if you are mentioning a separator, then that separator will be considered for copying the elements. As an example, again I have taken the similar fruits array. Then citrus is a variable in which I have to concat the elements. So fruits dot concat. So all these elements from the array will get concatenated. Similarly, I have created one more array, say CITR, and in that I have used a join method. But in the join method, I have used one separator. So space is a separator that I have used specifically for the join method. Now I have just printed document.write citrus and document.write CITR because return type is string. So citrus and CITR are the strings that we have to consider. Now as a result, if you see the output for the concat method, the output will be all the array elements are separated with a comma. And in case of an join method, all the array elements are displayed with a space. Now next method is a shift method. So what is meaning of shift method? This method actually removes and returns the first element of the array, and then it will be moving all the other elements or all the other tasks upon the list. So whatever elements are there into the list, those elements will be shifted up one position as you are retrieving and removing the first position element. So syntax will be only shift. As an example, suppose ARR is my array having three fields, AngularJS, Node.js and jQuery. Now I have used a shift method. So whatever element which is retrieved using shift method is stored in a result variable. Now if you print your ARR array, then it will be printing only two values. One is Node.js and other is jQuery. So what is the meaning? Node.js is shifted at 0th index position and jQuery is shifted at first index position. So this is actually the meaning of shift method. Whatever elements are present into the shift method, our first element will be removed and all the other elements are shifted one position up in this particular method. Next is push method. So as the name indicates, push method is responsible for inserting the element at the end of the array. So array elements or elements will be inserted into the array but at the last index position. So syntax will be push. You may insert a single element or you may insert series of elements as per your requirement. So syntax will be push. Either you write item 1 or you may use item 1, item 2 up to item n. Now as an example, again I have taken a similar ARR array. It is having only two values, Node.js and jQuery. Now I have pushed ARR.push AngularJS. If you print ARR array with for loop and document.write_ln, then output will be Node.js, jQuery, and at the last index position the AngularJS will be displayed or will be inserted. Similarly, the exact contrast method is pop method. The pop method is responsible for removing and returning the element or last element of the array. So push is responsible for inserting element at last index position and pop is responsible for removing the element from last index position. Syntax is simple, that is pop only. Again here I have used an ARR array having 4 fields, say apple, banana, kiwi, grapes. Now you are using ARR.pop. So as a result, as grapes is last index position, grapes element will be removed. So as a result, output will be apple, banana and kiwi. Now the next method is reverse. Reverse method is used for reversing the contents of array. Already in case of an sorted descending order function example, we have used reverse method. So here also if you create an array, that array will be used simply with a reverse function. So depending on the reverse part, whatever elements are present, those elements will be reversed. So here you may use object as an associative array also. So associative array is actually a specialized type of array in which the elements are stored in a key value pair. So this is the most important aspect. For example, consider where A is an array which is having a key value pair. So here ONE1 is actually the index position or a key having numerical 1 as a value. So in this example, ONE1, TWO2 and THREE3 are actually the key values, or in simplest word are the indexes, and numerical 1, 2, 3 are actually the values. If you create an array with respect to new object, so here instead of new array you may create it as a new object. So array will be created as an object. So that is nothing but an object array or associative array object. Now here index positions are 1, 2, 3, 4 as an example. So A of 1 will be numerical value 1. So here likewise a key and corresponding value pairs can be written. If you print this particular array, it will give you an answer ONE1 arrow having a value as 1, TWO2 having a value 2, THREE3 3 and FOUR having a value as a 4. So I think this finishes our array related part in JavaScript. So now we will be stop here. In the next session we will be discussing how actually we should create the